A lot of our adults like to sit up here. They don't mind paying the extra because there's no kids up here. So they really like it. My name is Tammy Steinmann. I am the owner of the Grand Theater in Yoakum, Texas. We started in 2016 refurbishing the theater. And so when we built the theater, we knew that the money was in the concessions. So we actually took from the theater and made the concession stand bigger. And so that is why it's much bigger in here than what it originally was. And so we did the concession stand, the restrooms, and then we did Theater 1, and that was our first phase. And so I can take you into Theater 1 and show you Theater 1. This is the theater. It holds 200 in here, and we left the stage. I'm a 20-year educator, and so I definitely wanted to have kids come and have live plays. And I just had my 8th live play. We have Main Street Theater out of Houston that comes, and it's a really good thing. We have about 20 schools that come from all over, and about 18 to 2,000 kids that get to enjoy the live performance that Main Street puts on. And it's something that they enjoy to do every year. And so we left the stage. We did the theater. We did get the rocker back seats, and then after we did Theater 1, and we didn't redo the balcony quite yet, we knew that we needed to put in a second screen. So we added Theater 2, and that is because there's so many rules. So when you have one screen, it's one movie. And so we definitely wanted to get another screen to kind of shuffle those movies. So I'm going to show you Theater 2. So the building next to us was vacant. And so I got my projection guy to come in, and he measured the ceiling and what we would need to do, and said that it was definitely possible to add 50 to 80 seats. And so that's what we did. Usually the second week, the shows come in here, and then the opening is in Theater 1. And so the new movie's in Theater 1. And so we got the same seats from a different studio that was actually putting in recliners. So that's what we did with both of those. And so we did Theater 1. We added Theater 2 2 years later. And then right before COVID hit, we refurbished the balcony. And the balcony is 35 seats, adults only, 18 and over. And they do pay a little bit more to sit in the balcony. So to go to the balcony, this theater was built in 1922, so it's got some history. So to go in the balcony, they purchase their ticket, they come in here, they get what they need. They have to go out that door to the single door, because when the theater was built, it was segregated back in 1922. And so now we have the balcony is recliner seating. So I'm going to take you my way to the balcony and not make you go all the way around. And this is the balcony. So we have 35, I think we added a couple the other day, so I'm not sure exactly how many we have, but we have 35 recliners up here. So it's nice. A lot of our adults like to sit up here. They don't mind paying the extra because there's no kids up here. So they really like it. Yeah, so that was phase 1 was the Theater 1 and the concession. Phase 2 was the Theater 2, and then we did the balcony at phase 3. And then I have one more thing to do here, which will be getting the marquee put outside. So I'm hoping that'll be done in the next month or two. But yeah, so this is the theater. I have 2 projection rooms. We have this one in here. I borrowed this projector from a friend. Our projector went out at Christmas time. So we did not really take this and gut it and clean it up. I mean, we cleaned it up, repainted the walls, because we kind of wanted to keep the old going. Back in 1922, So all the holes that they had, there was a hole here, there was 2 holes there. So back in the day, it was reels. And so we actually found some of the reels that were in the back when we were cleaning out after we bought it. So we actually kept all those. We only need 2. We did fill this one in, but they had reels that were set up. And then there was a restroom right here, and the projectionist would actually stay up in here and switch the reels. So now it's all digital, which is nice, but digital is only nice when it works, right? So this is the big guy right here. And so it's not on, but this is the projector, and projector 2 has the exact same one. So what went out at Christmas was my light engine. And so that's the part that you don't want to go out. But I had the projection that I borrowed, and then we were able to switch it back when we got our light engine in. And so we got it repaired. When we first started, we actually had, and this is kind of interesting too. So back in the day, I didn't realize I had this still here. So this is how we get our movies. Well, used to. That's just how most theaters still get them. I actually allowed a company to come in, and they put a digital receiver in here. So I actually receive my movies now by download, satellite download. And so, which is really nice, because relying on mail sometimes is scary. I wouldn't have my movie in time. And so it's still, I still get them sometimes this way, but 95% of the time I get them satellite. And the cool thing is, if there's an issue with the satellite, I actually have like an external drive that it's always on here. A copy goes on there. So I just have to make sure I put that back in there when I take it out, so that it's here. And then we just ingest it, and then I create the film timeline onto the computer and the server. And it takes me about, when I start ingesting it, it takes me about an hour and a half, 2 hours to create everything. The lights come up, the lights go down, the volume's set. I throw the trailers in there, and once I program it when to start and stop, then it's good for the weekend. So I did that yesterday for this weekend. These guys, I was going to show you about these guys. So these are the original seats that came out of the theater. When I got the theater, there were church pews. And so I had asked on Facebook if there was anybody that knew what was here before. And it's burned down now, but the Cookie Jar Antique Store had about 40 of them. So we bought 20, and we were able to kind of piece together these 4 out of those. And I do have some extra cushions, but yeah, these are the original seats that were in here back before it became a church. So I was happy to get those. So this is a picture from someone who used to work here. And Frank Sinatra came here, and this is the original Marquee, which when I got it, the Marquee there was no Marquee. So I'm not sure what happened. Someone had thought that there was I don't know if the fire was here or at the Ritz, but we didn't have a Marquee. So Frank Sinatra was here, and he played here, but I'm not sure exactly when, or I just got the picture, and so I took it to Walgreens and asked them if they could blow it up for me, and they did. And so I knew I wanted to put it in here. Also, the theater in 1922 was a no sound theater, and so they had the pianist playing on both sides, and so that was also something that I was told was here as well. But yeah, so we took this, we got permission from the guy who gave us the picture, and we took it and we blew it up. And so I knew I wanted that to be in here, because I felt it was special to me, that he came and gave that to me. So I still wish I had that Marquee, because it's the magnet, the letters. So I would have to go out there and do the same thing if I had that. So I really wish I still had that Marquee. We do anniversary cups, and I think this is really cool. Every year I call it my anniversary cup, but I've had to move it, so it's every year. It has a date on it. And so this is our 2026 cup, and I'll design it. That's our cup. And then I always have sponsors on the back. And my brother owns a business as well. So my brother will sponsor. And I normally just keep family, but this year I ventured out and I got a second sponsor. So we have SAC down the road. They sponsored our cups. And so we charge for the cups, but when they bring it back in, it's $1.50. And so customers like look for these every year, and they are good through till December 31st. And so we start selling them in November. But we have a lot of cups that come in here. And so it's nice because I feel like, my number and my logo stays in the hands all year long because they're constantly bringing it in here. But yes, the concession stand, we ended up going with like Hunt's Brothers Pizza. It's easy because they come every week. They fill us up. We sell pizza. You can buy pizza by the whole. You can buy pizza by the slice here, 2 slices. We do pretzels, salt and cinnamon pretzels. We do so much. And then I'm going to show you the game room. So now that we serve so much more at the game room, they can actually get stuff from there and walk it over. Or if it's being cooked, we give them a buzzer. And when they bring it over, we buzz them and they get their food. So we have salad bar, ice cream bar. Like we have so much over there that we've added to the game. I feel like I ran out of room here, so I had to buy another building and add more. So that's my story. So when we did the theater, there were a few things that we wanted to keep, which was the ticket booth. We didn't change the size. We actually kept the ticket booth. The outside front, my builder was telling me about this, and it was something that when he was telling me about it, it was like, we're going to do it. So he was able to get a company in here. We had the stamp of the grand put in. And so that was something that we definitely wanted to do. Because it was different, it was unique. And so it does need to be cleaned. And so, so we knew we wanted to keep the ticket booth. We wanted to keep this. We did try to switch up some of the bathroom and kind of move it over, but it was just easier to keep everything where the water was already. And so I got the poster, I did some research and I got the poster cases that would fit. And so we're able to like tell them what we're showing through posters, one sheets. And then, people usually are always passing by here to figure out, what we're showing. I try to update the sign every so often, but as soon as, hopefully within a month, we will have the marquee up. And so it's, they're going to put a big old pole right on this side. They're going to put a pole here up, and then they're going to like put the TVs at an angle, and so they can be seen from both sides of the street as well as if they were to drive in front. And so, I'm probably going to paint the pole plaid, something cool, right? So with Theater 1, I got a $150,000 grant from the Economic Development. Theater 2, I got a $125,000 grant from our Economic Development. And then for the game room, I got a $75,000 grant from the Economic Development. So I wrote grants and then went in front of them and explained to them what I wanted to do. And so it's definitely been an asset. But when I got the game room, everybody kept asking me, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? And I was like, I don't know. So once I decided what I was going to do with it, they're like, what are you going to call it? I'm like, it'll be the Grand 2, like also. And so one of my friends was like, that's a really cool name. And I'm like, you know what? That's what it's going to be called. It's going to be called the Grand 2 because I want people to know that that belongs to me as well. And so, it's the Grand Game Room, but everybody calls it the Grand 2. We did get a mural painted on the side of it. Definitely have to look at that. It's all the things that are important to me at this point in my life, which is the theater. I don't know why I didn't put the game room in there, but the theater, We eat at Central Station a lot, which is the building next to us. The water tower, they took the water tower down a couple months ago, and I grew up with that. And the Bulldog, I do what I do for the kids, and I feel like I have a lot of high school kids that come. And then the high school, and my kids go to Yoakum High School, and so I thought that was important to put that up in here. So I had a muralist from Cuero come and do that, and yeah, the little detail to me is so important. So he painted that, and then I'm going to say about 3 or 4 months later, he painted the sign, and he also painted on the inside. So when you go on the inside, it's actually really cool. It's a blue light on that top wall. So this is the game room, and so we have an ice cream bar, we have a hat bar, we have a salad bar. This bar, we normally take this off, and it's a buffet for like baseball, football. We feed them, you know, we let them play, especially if they make it to the playoffs. I had basketball here the other day, and we let them watch a movie and eat some pizza. We have so many different games. We try to make it feasible for everybody. The game cards for the big guys, they just put what they want on the card, but then each family can pay $10, and there's so many games that don't require a card. And then all the outside play, they play all day long for $10. If they want to leave, it's good for all day. They keep their wristbands on, and so I try to make it affordable for everybody, and because I want the whole town to enjoy it. There's a lot of people that come to the theater did not realize that there's a game room until they actually see it. But they come early, they eat here, they play, and then they go watch a movie. So if we know that they're going to watch a movie, or if they tell us, we try to advertise that. We don't charge them that $10 to get in, because some will come about 45 minutes early. They'll come over here, order their food, they'll eat, they'll play, then they'll come watch a movie. So that's it. We're in Yoakum, Texas. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, away from everything. There are a few other theaters around us. The old small town theater is what my goal was. I did have to redo a lot of things, but I tried to keep it what it was. I got a lot of insight from workers that were here and the things that they enjoyed when we had it. So we made sure that we tried to keep some of those things. But this is it. You've got the theater on one side and the game room on the other side.